Hello, I'm Joe Feliciano. I'm a graduate student at APU, and this is my presentation about the importance of conducting a sensitivity analysis. Sensitivity analysis. Before we discuss the necessary steps and considerations for completing a sensitivity analysis, let's first break down what it is. Sensitivity analysis shows the variations in a value or result based on changes of some of its key variables. In other words, this is an assessment of the risk involved in decision and weighing if the risk is worth the reward and how the reward will change based on how you adjust the risk and other variables that add up to the end result. When it comes to utilizing sensitivity analysis in business, it is an important tool that can help companies with the decision-making process and informs them if the risk is worth the potential reward. Conducting sensitivity analysis for business decisions helps with identifying what variables along the decision-making process should or could be altered to make for a more favorable outcome. This means that decision makers in the company should not get tunnel vision and focus on just one potential outcome of a decision, but instead be more aware of how sensitive each variable is and keep in mind that you can never 100% predict an outcome. This is especially true when talking about investments or when applying for a loan. You will never know for sure what your returns or interest rates will be. That is why it is important to consider how sensitive each variable is and the different possibilities that can occur if things vary from what was anticipated. Steps to conducting a sensitivity analysis. The first step when conducting a sensitivity analysis is the qualitative considerations. A company must first brainstorm the result they would like to achieve and think about the different variables that must be altered to ensure they can get there in the most efficient way. The qualitative step to a sensitivity analysis involves identifying the key variables that can alter the outcome and attempting to forecast the likely outcome if the key variables are altered. This means that the qualitative step is where you start to list out all the considerations and variables that will lead to the desired outcomes. Steps continued. The next step after identifying the likely outcomes of altering the key variables is the quantitative step. This step starts to quantify numerically the potential outcomes to show how altering key variables can affect the result. First thing is to list out what the key variables are that will lead to the result the company is trying to obtain. Once complete, you assign weight to each variable as to which ones have the most versus the least impact. And from there, you alter them slightly as to increase or decrease the money, time, whatever the variable may be, and see how that can impact the potential result. Sensitivity analysis impact on the capital budgeting analysis. The sensitivity analysis highlights a project's risk and identifies the variables that can either increase or decrease that risk and potential return. This means that conducting a thorough sensitivity analysis can assist with creating the capital budgeting analysis. When creating the capital budgeting analysis, it is important to fully understand the risk to reward ratios and how much capital should be allocated towards each project based on the results from a sensitivity analysis. In conclusion, conducting a sensitivity analysis for major business decisions is very important and should be broken down both qualitatively and quantitatively to capture all key aspects. A sensitivity analysis shows the potential returns or losses of a potential business decision or project, which in turn helps with the creation of the capital budgeting analysis. Knowing how much a return can be based on how much the company invests in it influences the capital budgeting analysis, or how much the company should allocate towards certain projects deemed less risky or having a high potential return. This concludes this week's brief. And these were the references I used to assist me in creating this brief.